Imagine you're walking past a swimming pool. You're on your way to argue a case in the Supreme Court, so you've got on your most expensive suit. This is your $3,500 Supreme Court suit. And you look down as you're on your way to the courthouse, and in that pool there's a child drowning. Well, what do? You can jump in and save the child, but it'll ruin your $3,500 suit, or you can keep walking. And you think, well, that's an easy choice. You save the child. But too often, we keep walking. The best evidence we have suggests that for about that price, for about $3,500, you can save somebody's life. Every year in what we call the Giving Project, the Butler law firm gives away $100,000. And the goal of the Giving Project is to do the most good possible, to do the maximum good with the money that we've got to give away. Today I want to answer a question that people often ask us. A lot of times when we do the Giving Project, the money ends up going somewhere in the developing world, to sub-Saharan Africa or to parts of India or South America. And people say, well, why didn't you just give that money right here at home? It's a reasonable question. And the short answer is right here. It's bang for the buck. If you want to do the most good that you can with your money, the conclusion we've reached is that the money ends up going to the developing world. And here's why. Lord knows we have got problems right here in the United States and in the state of Georgia and the city of Atlanta. I mean, we're not hiding from that. But the objective truth is, so far as we're able to learn it, that problems are generally worse in the developing world and cheaper to solve. Here's some examples. In the developing world, people die of malaria, mosquito-borne malaria, commonly. That happens here in the United States. People do die of malaria, but not very often. In parts of the developing world, it is really common. And the solution to that, as found by the Against Malaria Foundation and other charities that do the same thing, is long-lasting insecticidal nets. It's basically a net that goes over somebody's bed at night and has insecticide in it, so it kills mosquitoes that land on it. A long-lasting insecticidal net, $5. Another common problem in the developing world is worms, in children particularly. Worms don't often kill the child, but they do sap the kid's energy, so the child doesn't do that well in school, doesn't make friends the same way, and all those other things. This may happen in the United States, but not often. The cost of a dose of deworming medicine, 66 cents. River blindness is another example. River blindness is a problem in parts of the developing world. It's caused by flies laying eggs inside the eye. That may happen in the United States, but it doesn't happen often. And the cure for it is pretty cheap. You can cure that problem for about $100. These are problems that can be found and solved on a systemic level in the developing world for relatively small amounts of money. Now, I want to emphasize that this is not like a conclusion we wanted to reach. I didn't start out with the Giving Project and think, man, you know, I really like the country of Sudan. I would rather give money there than in my home in Atlanta, Georgia. In fact, you know, it would be nice if we could drive down the street here in Georgia and look at the school that we contributed to, or meet the family that we, you know, bought meals for or whatever. But when we looked at this objectively and dug into the research, we concluded that if we were serious about doing the most good that we could with the money we had to give, it was going to end up going to the developing world. And that's why it does.